Yo, it's Kota The Friend. Check me out on the Bootleg Kev Podcast.
Boom. Bootleg Kev Podcast. Special guest in here. We got a new floating foot from Odd Socks. I'm not sure how long this is going to last because it's kind of impractical and a pain in the ass. But there is a floating foot from our great sponsors at Odd Socks. There's a Godfather sock on there in case you're into the movie.
Fire. I love Godfather.
Me too. Yeah. What's the best Godfather movie? Certainly not 3. It's not 3.
It wasn't 3. It wasn't 3.
It's 1 or 2.
I love 1 and 2. You know what I mean? Amazing. Like equally. Yeah.
Well, listen, Kota The Friend is here. Welcome, man.
What's up, man?
Welcome. I feel like it's been shit. I don't even know the last time you came on the show. It was like when I was at the radio station, and I don't even know how long ago. It was like 2018 or 19.
I think 2018.
Long ass time ago. You've definitely glowed up since then. Things have been going very, very well for you. But yeah, what's been going on, man?
I just been working on a new album. I'm always working on music, you know. So I saw
on Twitter you said you can't wait to turn this album in.
Yeah.
So does that mean are you like, what's your label situation now? Because things have changed since we first kind of came in contact with you. Like, you're very much doing your thing. Like I said, are you signed now or?
Nah, I'm still independent. Like, I work with a company called Venice.
And shout out to Venice. They do Tweez music.
Yeah, shout out to Venice. They're really dope company.
Distro.
And they distribute my music, and I get to put it out whenever I want. So
that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing, man. When do you feel like things started to like really? Because like what I always loved about like your videos and your content was it was always so simple, but like the way you would do like your lyrics to go videos with the yellow font, and it just to me was like a very dope way to not really have any, because you know people always think they got to put up this outlandish video content, and it's like you really don't need to do that. You really just got to do like something that looks good, aesthetically pleasing. And you were putting up a lot of those videos. Like I feel like that's kind of like you've been doing that for a minute. You're still doing it. Yeah,
I'm still doing it. It was honestly, I did it because I didn't have any money to get any real videos done, and like I have a background in like video production,
right,
and editing. So I was like, yo, this is a good way to just get my face out there, at least while I don't have any resources. And it turned out like it went viral. Like the first one I did, it was like it went more viral than anything I'd ever done. So I was just like, shit, why don't I just keep on?
Were you shooting on your iPhone?
Nah, I shoot on the camera. It's the same camera for the past like 4 years. It's a Panasonic GH5.
Shout out to the GH5. The GH5 is a hell of a camera.
Yeah.
Especially you get the right lens on that thing.
Oh, hell yeah.
Shoot any video on that.
I put the L series, the Canon L series on that joint, and we just go.
Do you like outside of those videos, like do you have a lot, like when you bring in like an outside director, do you still have a lot to say, like kind of in individuals?
Well,
since you kind of have background in that.
Yeah, I've never had a outside director, you know, or like videographer.
Everything's in house.
Everything's in house. But I plan on like getting somebody to do my videos at some point, you know.
Do you have like a guy you use, or it's all you?
It's all me.
You edit? So you edit your own videos?
Yeah, I edit my own videos.
That's fire.
Thank you, bro.
What all in the creative process do you handle yourself?
Everywhere. Like as far as I produce my own stuff. I write, obviously. I record myself. The only thing I don't do is mix. I'm not an engineer. I can mix well enough only so you can hear it and be like, oh, this is cool. But like I never, like what people hear on the record is not me mixing.
So you make the beats, you record yourself, you write, you're doing the videos, are you doing the artwork?
Yeah, I do the artwork a lot of times.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty big, man. Also, it keeps a lot of money in your pockets.
Yeah, but it's fun for me. Like I think I just like creating stuff. So it's nothing for me to do all this stuff because I have fun doing it. You know, like even when I feel like soon I'm gonna step away from rap to do some other cool shit. You know what I mean? It's just like I just want to make cool shit.
Like what if let's say you step away from rap in 2 years? What is what do you want to do?
I want to like see my friends win, you know. So it's just like I want to build their careers, and it's like because that's how fun it is for me just to do stuff and to see it work. So I just really want to focus on supporting the people around me and seeing what they can do with their, you know, with their talents.
Do you feel like you have like a lot of, just because you've done a good job of developing like a core fan base, like you said, like putting out content, do you feel like you kind of have like a bit of a formula down that other artists can apply to what they're doing?
Yeah, I thought I did, you know?
Right.
But then shit changes, you know? Shit has been changing like crazy, like the social media landscape, like Instagram was a big thing for me and like how I came up, and it's completely
now it's
changed
TikToks.
from it's TikToks, and like now I'm like I'm old. I'm the old man now, so it's just like I'm trying to catch up. So honestly, I'm watching younger artists and younger indie artists and seeing how they do it, and I'm like, you know.
No, it's definitely different. Like with like the duets. Like I've been noticing so many producers coming up with that. Well, they'll do the beats and then like have hella TikTok rappers rap over there. Like shout out to Kato. Kato,
right,
blown up.
He killed that shit. Like,
and he's always been that dude, but like TikTok put him on another level.
Shout out to dude, man. I seen it. You see him everywhere now. So.
100%. Let's get to like kind of some of your roots, man. Like you're from New York, right?
Yes, sir.
What borough are you from?
Brooklyn.
Shout out to Brooklyn. When like did you finally decide like rapping was kind of what you wanted to do? Like maybe not necessarily like getting money off of it, but you just kind of said, okay, this is kind of where, like, how old were you when you decided that was kind of like where you wanted to go?
Yeah, I think it was pretty much just like a hobby until like my son was about to be born, and I was just like, I really got to pick something, you know? It's like everything was a hobby. I was making videos, I was rapping, but obviously I wasn't making money off of rap. But you know, I had a choice to make. It was like either I'm gonna do this video thing or I'm gonna make this music shit work. And so I was just like, yo, I'm gonna just do this, you know? I'm gonna just make music because I love it, and it was the funnest thing to do. And so I was like, I'm gonna.
That's a pretty. I mean, yeah, and you're about to have a kid, so that's a pretty. That's a pretty brave thing to step. Like you had it. Did you have a normal job at the time?
I was shooting videos.
So you were just you were the video guy.
Yeah, I was the video guy. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a nice skill to have if you're going to be an artist.
Yeah.
That's one of the more expensive costs that artists have.
Yeah.
Shooting videos. When did you start writing originally? Like, was it in high school? Was it earlier? Like, when did you first start kind of just starting writing and developing your craft?
Well, I started writing when I was like probably like 8 or something like that. Like I was a kid, and we just obviously we watching BET, watching the 106 Countdown.
Of course.
And we're just like, yo, I want to be Jay-Z. I want to be this. So me and my cousins would all get together at the table, at my grandma's table, and we just write raps, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and we record on like a little like tape recorder. And so that's when honestly, I wrote raps. Like I wrote full raps to like Jay-Z instrumentals like as a kid. So
where were you getting Jay-Z instrumentals at?
LimeWire.
Shout out to LimeWire. You were fucking up your grandma's fucking computer.
Oh nah, I had the kind of the formula to not get the viruses, bro. You know?
What was that formula?
I'm telling you, bro. Because it's too late now, but
dude. I used to ruin every computer I had.
I got you, bro. What I would do is I would download the LimeWire, right? Download mad songs at once, right? And then I would just you had to completely remove it off your computer, you know, like. You know, and then I would wait a couple days and I would put it back on. You know,
download a bunch of stuff.
So I would do that like every 2 days or so.
Cause like I think the virus part would come in because everyone was leeching off your files, right?
Yeah, but I feel like that's why you can't let it sit on your computer. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Like if it sits on your computer, then that's when it goes crazy. You know, but because I took it off, I'm telling you, I never really had a problem.
The LimeWire era was real. BearShare, LimeWire. I only was on Napster once. I didn't have a computer yet when Napster was popping. I went to my cousin's girlfriend's house and downloaded the Big L Jay-Z freestyle.
Oh yeah, you gotta have that.
It's funny because back then, like if you think about like the shit, like when like that shit was popping, the random shit you would download, be like hella freestyle. You would just type in like a rapper you liked freestyle, and then you'd hit download, and like it'd either be fire or it would be nothing that. The description would be wild. It'd be a radio rip.
Right. It was crazy. And I think that's the beauty in it because I would find so much. I was a big Kanye fan, right? So I would find all Kanye shit. Like even to this day, I tell people, yo, you ever heard this song? They're like, that's not a song.
Me too, man. Like all the like the whack ends, and I mean, I remember when he did the original Home ended up being Homecoming with the dude from fucking Coldplay, and I'm like, this song's like 6 years old.
And John Legend was on that one, right?
Yes.
John Legend was on that joint. See,
the original, yeah.
You had to be there.
Some of them freestyles he had,
yeah.
the kind like the was it the Milkshake freestyle he did with Common? Yeah, there was some ill Kanye shit.
Yeah, because he was coming up at the time. He was still like on a come up, and that was his real. I remember being on the Rockefeller website, like listening to snippets of Late Registration, and when you actually heard the album was completely different than the snippets that they were playing.
He had that one record where he was sampling a part of the Martin Show. It was like, we can't even sit and talk without you. Oh man, that shit.
I feel like I heard that.
Oh my God.
I heard that.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Oh yeah, so I'm 35. So yeah, I was like a sophomore in high school, and my boy was putting me on like Kanye tapes, and this was like a year and a half or two before College Dropout. So we were like, so I had a burnt CD with like 27 Kanye songs on it. That was crazy. Just random,
like pre-College Dropout.
Yeah, and then my best friend's brother ended up touring with he's in a group called Dilated Peoples, and so he toured. They opened up for Kanye on the College Dropout tour. So I was like 14. I got a picture of Kanye when I was 14, 15.
That's crazy. He was wearing a pink polo?
He was wearing a shirt with was it Bill Gates' mugshot? It was a College Dropout shirt, but it had like Bill Gates like in the 70s on it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It was Dilated Peoples, Kanye, and I went to the album release show. I went to the Dilated Peoples album release show in LA, which was a part of the College Dropout tour, and he brought out the Young Guns were on that tour too. Wow. Young Guns were on that tour. Yeah, that was wild. I still have my merch from that show. It was like a blue College Dropout shirt. He signed it. Shout out to Ye.
Shout out to Ye.
The greatest. Did you buy a stem player?
No.
Are you going to buy one?
I don't even know how to.
I just went on his website and bought it.
It's on the website? Honestly, I was talking about that the other day. I was like, stem player.
Listen, if I could help anyone break the music industry from raping artists, I'm going to do it. And especially if it's Kanye. Here's $200.
Right.
I hate the music industry and how
that's the biggest
predatory it is. So if like Kanye can like break it, let's break it.
I'm with it. That's a good idea, man. I was pondering. Somebody asked me the other day, like, are you going to buy the stem player? I said no. And then I instantly was like, but why not? You know what I mean? Like,
think about it. If someone told you 10 years ago, there's this exclusive album from Kanye West. Right. It's $200 and you own it forever and you get to break down the stems on it. You'd be like, yeah, this is the only place I can hear this album.
Time out. Did you say you get to break down the stems on it?
Yeah.
So like you can play each stem?
There's four stems. So it's the vocals, the bass, the beat. So you can like listen to it in the whatever way you want. Like you could, bro, it's fucking crazy. That's why they call it a stem player.
Now it makes sense, but that shit is crazy. Nah, that's genius.
You could like turn up like you could set the levels. Like it's pretty wild. He did it with the first Donda.
Wow, I didn't.
Right, it was the first Donda. Yeah. Was that when he first did it?
Yeah, but it was like a prototype. Like, it was different.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck this music industry.
It's an actual device. It's an actual device.
It's like a fucking. It looks like a fucking Bluetooth speaker, low key.
Yeah, I'm gonna copy it.
And I think if you update it, everyone gets like.
Yeah, so you could you pretty much update it. So like, the version of Donda 2 is not even mastered right now. But I guess Mike Dean has mixed and mastered it. So like the new version, you're going to be able to like upload onto your stem player. Wow. Cause like right now it's like super unfinished demos, but it's kind of cool that you could like listen to the whole process and just plug your shit in and update it. He kind of did that with Pablo, low key. He was like updating Pablo while it was on Spotify.
Right. He been had the vision. He already had the vision.
Yeah, I don't know. Was Kanye like who was like very formative in like forming your style, your kind of what you do?
It was a few people. It was Kanye, it was Pharrell, it was Jay-Z. I feel like it was Jay-Z lyrically. It was Kanye as far as like the sound and the production. like Pharrell, I just always liked his whole vibe and his production and like his voice and everything and how he like implemented different genres.
Yeah.
And so I think those three is like they were the biggest for me.
Pharrell's that guy, man. Yeah. And he don't age.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Never.
He still looks like he's 24 years old.
He said it's because he washes his face with cold water, you know. So.
And he got laser removal on all his tattoos. Usually that doesn't go well.
He's Pharrell though, so you know he's a legend.
I can't wait. This new Pusha T album, they're saying is half produced by Pharrell, half produced by the Neptunes, half produced by Ye.
That's wild.
Wait, where the fuck is my Clips album? It fell down and broke. It's supposed to be right there. Lori Willing is usually right there. Instead, we have a floating fucking foot. Shout out to Odd Socks. So you, the new album, I feel like Lyrics to Go, are we considering those projects or kind of more just like they feel?
Those are the projects. They're like things that I drop at the beginning of the year to show people like what I'm thinking, what's on my mind, and how I'm going into, you know, album mode.
Was the album in 2020 your like real debut album?
The one, my debut album was in 2019. It was called Photo. Yeah.
The one in 2020 is the one that had Joey Badass Boss on the record. That shit was fire. Yeah. Are you in album mode right now? Is this?
Yeah, I'm in album mode for sure.
You just sold out a show in LA, 1,200 people.
Yeah,
it's a pretty big deal.
Yes, sir.
Was that Fonda? What was the venue?
The Vermont.
The Vermont. Okay, I know where that is. Yeah, that's got to be dope. Do you remember? Because like you used to be managed by Sean Healy, so I'm sure you've done a bunch of random ass shows.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Like, what's the most random shit you opened a show for? Because I had to have been super random. Like,
I don't even remember the guy's name, honestly.
Well, what about one that you do remember that was just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I just opened up for like half of the Yin Yang Twins or something.
Honestly, I wish I had that kind of experience, bro. Like early on, I mean, it wasn't really random. I opened up for Lupe, and that was a vibe. Obviously, that was fire. Yeah, watching him perform was just crazy. But the only one I know, I don't remember the person's name, but I remember that in order to even get like Sean's attention, this dude was doing a show. He was headlining the show. I was like, damn. So nobody's giving me my own headline in LA, and that's where most of my fans were at. And this was years ago. And so I was just like, yo, I'll just open for some random whoever they got performing. So I just picked one. It was like, yo, I opened for him.
And you sold a hella tickets.
I sold way more tickets than dude. And I ended up selling like 150 tickets. And
that's a big deal.
Yeah, but the dude only sold like probably like 50 or 70 or something.
You sure you don't remember who it is?
I don't. I swear I don't. I swear I don't.
It's like, I don't want to throw him under the bus. He only sold 50 tickets. It was Bubba Sparks.
But it was it was crazy though. And like that's when he hit me up and he was like, yo, I want you to come into the office. And then he gave me a few more shows and we sold all of those out. We sold out in LA, and then he even went back to New York because he wasn't even doing shows in New York anymore.
Right.
And then we sold out New York too. And then he was like, yo, I want to manage you. And that's what
do you think is about what you do that like has, I guess, crossed over to LA so well? Because that's kind of to be from New York and to have like a fan base like that in LA that early, it's kind of a tough thing to accomplish, especially not doing, I guess, traditional LA music.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna be real. Like I can't tell you. Like I didn't have no music videos,
right?
Like no real music videos. Especially I didn't have videos in LA. So to try to like act like I'm out there, but I guess it was just the way the music resonated. Somehow it got over to the West Coast, and that's that.
Yo, we got to take a break in the interview real quick. Tell you about our folks at MyBookie, man. This is my favorite time of the year to gamble. I love gambling on sports. And if you've been thinking about putting your toe into the pool, come and join me at MyBookie, okay? Right now, we're doing a promotion at MyBookie. It's crazy. When you sign up for a new account and you make your first deposit, they will match that deposit up to $1,000. It is March Madness. The NCAA tournament is here. The brackets is getting filled out. What I need y'all to do also is go on to MyBookie. When you sign up, they got their My Bracket promotion going on. It's pretty crazy. So essentially, you sign up for My Bracket. First place grand prize winner gets a Bitcoin, a whole Bitcoin. Second place gets some crazy ass NFT that's worth a shit ton of money. I don't know shit about NFTs. Third place, $100,000 in cash and prizes. So what are you doing? Go to MyBookie right now, man. Get in on some of this March Madness, some of this NBA action. I wonder what the odds were on Tom Brady coming back from retirement. Sheesh. MyBookie.ag. Use that promo code BOOTLEG, BOOTLEG, one word. When you sign up, and your first deposit will be matched up to $1,000 in free money. Let's get back to the interview. Yo, so something that happened to you recently that I feel like has happened to someone who I'm close with, actually one of the artists that I manage, is an ex of yours accused you of some bullshit that you didn't do. I thought you addressed it very transparently on your project in a dope way. What is that like to go through? Because it's almost in 2022, if a girl accuses you of something, it's almost impossible for you to defend yourself, because when it hits the internet, I feel like, and I mean, obviously this is just from what I've experienced and seen, there's really nothing that the guy can say that is like, that can really like, I guess maybe sway people to not believe the female, if that makes sense. Yeah. And it kind of puts us all in a really weird world where like anyone can say anything about you, and it's on you to prove that it's bullshit. What was that like to go through, man?
It was terrible, bro. Like it's it brings you go through a lot of stuff mentally, and I realized that people really don't know what that's like, you know, to be that popular and to be going through something like that, you know. So it is, well, when you're in it, it's bad. You know, it's bad for your mental, it's for your psyche, and you really have to like, you have to keep your mind. You know, you have to keep your head, and that's the hardest part. Is like keeping your brain through all the bullshit that's happening around you, and like moving forward and not backward. You know, so yeah.
Was it like? Did you feel helpless at all?
Hell yeah. You know, it feels like, damn, this person that I spent all this time with, you know, a year and a half, you know, it's like, you know, everybody's been in a relationship where you have ups and you have downs, right. But you have those really good times and you share everything with this person, and you know, you're sitting down watching stupid shows and all of this stuff. So for somebody to, you know, get angry one day
and try to ruin your life.
Because so for somebody to get angry at you, and then because you don't, you know, want to be in a relationship or because whatever, it's like, and do that, it's just like, it's mind-boggling, you know? Yeah,
it's crazy because kind of how you described the situation on your record was kind of like very similar to what my boy went through. And it's like, it's just, it can be defeating, man. Cause like, it's just like, what the fuck? Like, I feel like people should really, there should be some sort of law that gets passed where if you do some shit like that, like you're going to jail for as long as whatever the fuck you accuse someone of doing to you. Cause you could literally ruin someone's life. Yeah. Because people don't even think about the context or, well, what if she's full of shit?
That's the thing. It doesn't matter.
They don't even think. It don't matter. They already made their mind up.
Yeah, I mean, but it also just but that's the thing too, man. One thing that I asked for before that whole thing happened was for like more confidence and more like clarity of mind and everything, and to really have control over myself and my mind and like what's going on. And that situation kind of forced me to be one with myself. You know what I mean? So like, it really, all of this shit that's happening is bullshit. You know what I mean? Social media, this, that, and the third. Like, people are so, it made me realize that people are really like dumb. You know what I mean? Like, they're dumb, but it's not their fault. You know, they're
just flowing with the algorithm.
They're going with, they're designed to do this. You know what I mean? It's like, this thing is designed to take control of your mind. So like, you believe whatever you see, you know? Like, it's like the Spider-Man, you like Spider-Man?
Of course.
So you watch the new Spider-Man and the other, where it's just like the guy.
Oh, Mysterio, where like, he made everyone believe.
Yeah, he's like, they'll believe anything. Yeah. Nowadays, they'll believe anything. And the thing is, that's the thing about the internet. These people don't know me, you know? These people have never had a conversation with me. So it's just like you start to think, how could this person actually have an opinion about me, you know? And
even that incident aside, just in general.
Yeah, in general. Yeah. It's like, and the stuff that people say on the internet, the cruel stuff.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
And they would literally never say it to your face.
So you know what it is? It kind of just like put me in a place where I was forced to like step the fuck up into my manhood, into like really the power of my mind. It's just like, and really, so every day I capture that more, you know what I mean? So
yeah, put you in that sinker, like almost like feast or famine type mentality where it's like, because if you let it, that shit could just knock you off your rocker and you never recover. Because you have people who probably never heard your music, don't know you from shit, commenting about you, trying to get you canceled. Right. It's definitely a wild situation. I can only imagine to be in, man. Did you notice people start acting a little different?
Hell yeah. Everybody, you know, everybody. What? Crazy. And that's another battle. You know, people around you acting different. People that know you acting different. You know, people that know you. You know what I mean? Are like close with you. Not everybody. Obviously, you have your day ones that really rock with you and who know you and be like, yo, this some bullshit, whatever. But you know, that's another battle. You know, where you have to get closer and closer to yourself. You have to accept certain things about certain people. And there's some people that'll take advantage of the situation. And it's like, oh, now you're in this situation. Oh, now I'm gonna use it to do this. You know what I mean? It's like it's a crazy situation to be in. But you know what? Like when you keep your mind through some shit like that, you end up way stronger. You know what I mean? And your circle ends up way tighter. And the people that rock with you, you know they really fuck with you. You know what I mean?
And you can like see like, oh, I mean, it almost kind of is like a blessing in disguise in the sense that like those people you're talking about, you know, they kind of expose themselves in that time where you could be like, oh no, when things got like this, you behave this way, or you try to take advantage of a certain type of situation, and you cut them out.
That's what it is, and it's easy like that, you know.
You seem pretty, like we talked about earlier, you're pretty self-contained when it comes to the creative process. Like signing, management, like is like obviously you used to be managed by Sean. You said he doesn't manage you anymore. Those are important decisions any artist makes. You're independent. What about management? Are you managed by anyone? Are you? What do you got going on in that?
I mean, I run my music life more like a business. You know, my career is more like a business than like me being an artist. You know, I'm kind of just I'm my own artist, and I have a business manager. I have, you know, an accountant. I have these things.
So you like self? I was gonna say you feel like the kind of guy who could just self-manage, low key.
Yeah, pretty much. I have people around me that like I have like an assistant that, you know, takes my emails and stuff like that. But like,
you're a good delegator.
Yeah, it runs more like a business. It runs more like a business than like I'm an artist that does a whole bunch of stuff. Like we even decided we don't do tours anymore. We do we do one show like per quarter, you know. So that's what we're doing right now, because, you know, that's what we want to do, and that's, you know, I want to be home with my family. I want to be home with my kid, whatever.
How old is your son?
He's 5.
Yeah, that's an important age to be around.
Yeah, so I get to be around.
Because you could do like 30 dates if you wanted to, but it's like, and you're gone for 45 days.
That's a lot, you know.
You'd rather just do the big ones.
Yeah,
it's almost like kind of like makes people be like, oh shit, we got to drive to LA to go to this shit.
And that's what I want to do too. Like, and I want to actually turn it into a festival. Like that happens 4 times a year in the States, and then we go to Europe and do a couple days there. So I wanted to be outdoors soon. So that's why we did LA in the winter. So next time we come to LA, we might be doing 5,000 in some outdoor venue, turn it into 10,000.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know, keep going. That's really the plan. So we kind of want to stray away from doing things the way everybody else is doing them, and just do things the way because that's always been my career. It's just like, how do I want to do it, not what everybody else is doing, you know?
I'm assuming you've had a lot of people try to sign you. What has been the closest you've been to signing to a major situation?
Not close at all, you know, not close at all. I don't think I've ever
seriously considered it.
Yeah, and I've never seriously considered it. Like, I think somebody offered me something, and I completely just like they offered me something so ridiculous that I just sent them back something even more ridiculous. And that
like the deal was like so bad.
The deal was so bad. The deal was so bad that I felt like I was insulted. I just sent something crazier the other way.
Like, here's the counter. I need $25 million, 100% of my masters basically, for one album.
I think I asked for like $1,500,000 non-recoupable. Like,
oh yeah.
Like some crazy, like I have control over all my albums, and I was like, oh yeah, by the way, only one album. You only get one album.
Yo, it's rough because like you'll talk to some of these like record people, especially like I won't call them like majors, but like in between major guys, and they'll tell you like they'll talk to you and they'll like tell you exactly what you want to hear, and you'll be like, oh shit, yeah, that felt good, and then the fucking contract gets sent over. And it's always some fucking bullshit, like every single time. Like it's like you gotta almost like, if you're like an artist and you kind of want to kind of be in your space, and like you just gotta find a dope distro partner and turn up.
Yeah, I say the thing is with me, I never really wanted to be rich off this stuff. You know what I mean? So it was like the minute that I saw $8,000 in my account from rap, I was like, oh fuck all that other shit. You know what I mean? So like, signing was never a problem for me.
In a month? Yeah. Was that a monthly check?
Nah, that was just like, I just saw $8,000 in my account.
That's a lot,
It was a lot for somebody who never made it.
DistroKid or TuneCore or something?
TuneCore. It was TuneCore at the time. And yeah, so as soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah, we can do this. Let's just keep on creating content so we could keep the streams going. So ever since then, it was being run like a business. It was like, yo, how much, if we make 5,000 this month, how can we make 10,000 next month? If we make this, then how can we make 20,000? And like we just worked it like that, and like it worked out. So
what's been so far your best month off of music for inspirational purposes? Because you're independent. A lot of kids don't understand, like, they're gonna jump at the first big bag someone tries to drop on their laps, and it's gonna be a shitty split, and it's gonna be money they're gonna have to live off of because they're never gonna recoup. Give us some inspiration. What's been your best month, man?
Best month? I can't do that. I can't say that.
Give us like a ballpark.
Nah, I can't do that. That's personal, You the feds? Nah.
I mean, shit.
I can't say that, bro. I can't say that.
That's fair. That's fair. You're doing well, though.
I mean, I don't gotta work. I don't gotta work a 9 to 5, so I'm good.
I feel like anybody, if you're a musician, if you can get to the point where you could just pay your bills and live like cool, you fucking won.
You won. I say that 100%. I felt like that for years. No matter how much money I was making, I get to feed my kid comfortably and put a roof over my head. I always felt like I won. So it's just like, I don't feel like I just started winning. I feel like I've been winning.
What made you have do the LA and the New York thing? You got a spot in both cities. Obviously, LA is kind of a hub where a lot of artists gonna end up out here to try to make it. Why kind of split time between both cities?
It's the weather for me, It's the weather. I got a spot by the beach, It's like
really like music industry related reasons.
Not music,
because most people are like, man, I gotta be out in LA, man. I gotta be there to go to meetings and do PR or whatever the fuck.
Bro, I came out here to retire. You feel me? Like, that's why I got a crib out here.
You might like Florida a little bit more. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah. I could never move to Florida. I love the West Coast.
Florida's fire though.
Florida's fire for the vacay. I love Miami, bro. Miami, honestly, my favorite place to visit ever. Shit was lit,
Miami's amazing.
It's amazing.
The thing about Miami that's incredible is no one's ugly. I always say, like, when you go to Miami, everybody is beautiful. If you go to McDonald's, the lady in the drive-thru is a fucking, she could start an OnlyFans tomorrow and make 6 figures. Like, everyone is fucking fine in Miami. It's like, there's no one ugly. It's just the most beautiful people in the world.
That's true.
And they're all there. It's like, it's just beautiful people making more beautiful people. Yeah, shout out to Miami. I love it there.
Yeah.
It's a wild place though. Well, Florida's like, it should be its own country low key, because it kind of is. There's like Miami, and I lived in Florida for a few years. So I lived in Tampa though. Tampa was nice, but country.
Tampa was lit though. I went to Tampa. It was fire.
No, Tampa's dope.
Yeah.
It's just like his own thing. It's not Miami. It's his own thing. It's like,
yeah, true. That's true. Like, that's true.
It's his own thing. It's like white trash Miami.
Yeah, I didn't get that vibe.
It's there. It's there.
It's somewhere. I don't know. The place where I was at, that shit was turned.
You probably performed in Ybor City.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, you probably performed in Ybor City. The new album, do you have any sort of plot for the date? Is the date set? Have you turned it in?
I haven't turned it in, but we're looking at like middle of June. You know?
Okay, summertime. What features you got, man?
Features?
Anybody?
I'm gonna be real. The features, Brianna Castro, she's from Philly. She's a singer, really dope. My boy Hello O'Shea from Brooklyn, New York City. We got my boy Sam, and he's from New York. I don't think he's from Brooklyn or New York or the city, but I think he's from like New York State. Who else? Those three. That's it. Oh yeah, and I got a recording session with my homegirl Davion. She was on the Dreamville album, and yeah, those are the only features I got so far.
Dude, did you think about who was talking about him? Futuristic. Was it Futuristic?
Either that or Nana.
Nana? I don't know. We're talking about you. I think I've talked about you twice in the last like month on the podcast. Wow. He popped up. I was like, oh, this guy's in fucking LA right now. This guy gotta get him on the show, man.
Out here.
Yeah, nah. Anything else? Like you obviously talk about running shit like a business. Obviously you got the merch, the gear. Is there anything else that you are working on outside of just recording music that is important to you right now?
Well, right now, I mean,
obviously being a great father.
Yeah, I'm planning on starting my own label or my own company where we distribute music and help people grow, and we're able to really build marketing plans around artists and figure out new shit in this new landscape or whatever's going on. Because I want to see people win, so I want to create that for some people. Do
you feel like you could see yourself managing artists, even if you're not signing them? Like, could you manage an artist, you think?
I could definitely manage an artist, but I feel like I could do anything,
That's fair.
So yeah, I definitely feel like I could. If I was managing an artist, they fucking blow, because I'm very confident in that, Yeah, so.
And you're not gonna work with nobody who ain't it. Who's been kind of like the biggest artist that's kind of reached out to you? Maybe not someone you've necessarily worked with, but someone who has noticed what you're doing, or maybe liked the post, or you found out is fucking with what you got going on.
I'm not sure. Like, I feel like a lot of big artists have reached out at some point. I mean, doing the feature with Joey was a big deal,
That's a super big deal.
That was a really big deal. It's like we both from Brooklyn. Like we even our roots kind of like come from the same place, in that we were moving in the same circles when we were younger, So being able to work with Joey was dope, Yeah.
What's crazy? Because like when I first heard you, I was like, man, I could see someone like TDE or Dreamville trying to come in and you kind of fit like any interest from either of those two camps ever in what you got going on? No.
I just always been a lone wolf,
A lone wolf moving.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey man, it's working out.
Yeah.
Do you feel like for you to kind of not that you would even care, but for you to kind of commercially reach your fullest potential, that you might have to compromise in the future and end up working with a bigger platform or a bigger label, or are you just like comfortable that'll come?
I don't necessarily. I'm not waiting for that, I feel like sometimes I think about it and I'm like, damn, I might actually, if I wanted to make it there, I think about the fact that I might actually have to compromise my shit, or compromise my idea, or sign to a label or whatever. Those thoughts have come to my mind because I see the success of signing.
Well, I think Russ did a good job of taking all the equity and leverage he built up, sort of like what you do, right? And kind of doing a little partnership with Columbia, and I think he only dropped 2 albums, and he was out.
Nah, he killed that shit.
He ran it up, put him on a different level, and now he's back dropping on TuneCore every week.
Yeah, I think he did it the best, where it's just everything worked out for him, Yeah. Where he did it the way he wanted to do it, on his terms. He got out of it on his terms, and he's still chilling. And I feel like a part of it is because he's just so low key about it. You know, he just drops his music. He has a shit ton of music. You know,
so much. You think that's important for an independent artist to stay very consistent in running up the catalog, even though, because I think sometimes we like artists overthink putting shit out sometimes. I'm sure you've crossed that bridge as an artist where you're sitting on something, it might have been fire, but 9 months later you're like, I'm over this shit, and it never comes out.
I never had that.
I never had that happen. Moment. You're a fucking alien then.
No, it's not, because I think independent artists do work different in that way, where it's like, when you're an independent artist getting some success, like, you're always dropping. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're always dropping because you got to stay relevant. And I feel like as an indie, the only way you stay relevant is either like you keep dropping records, or you're doing something else that's keeping you relevant in the music space. You know what I mean? Yeah, but you have to. You have to
stay in front of people. You got to keep putting shots up.
Right. Yeah. Basically.
And if the shots don't make it, it's not as big of a deal as if you're on a major.
Right.
Because if you drop an album and it flops on a major, who gives a fuck? Right. Or no, there's a lot of money behind it. But if you're independent, you just move on and put something else out.
Exactly. You don't have to. There's no embarrassment. You know, there's no oh, this didn't work out for me. It's like, nah, just do that shit again. You know. So there's nobody saying, like, there's less pressure, because if you put out a record that doesn't do so well, you're the only one that's gonna be disappointed. You don't have label people that are like, damn, like, maybe he's not selling like he used to, or maybe everybody's doubting you now, and now the pressure's on you to be like, damn, like, and maybe I gotta make music like this, or maybe I gotta change my style, and then you start questioning yourself. So like, being indie is just like, bro, I dropped this record, it didn't do that well, it didn't get on New Music Friday, whatever. I'm gonna drop another one, and maybe this one will. And that really was how my career went. It's just like, yo, every week, every other week, you know. So,
how do you want to be remembered when it's all said and done, man? Like, what do you want your legacy to be?
I just want to be remembered as a dude that says some real shit on a record. You know, it's like, I got on into this music shit, and I said what was on my mind, and I helped people navigate life, and like, that's it. And I was a part of their journey, and a part of their like personal growth and emotional growth. That's it.
Yo, we got to stop the interview real quick. Shout out to our presenting sponsor, Odd Socks, baby. Hey man, listen, all I keep on my ass is Odd Socks drawers. All I keep on my feet are Odd Socks. You know why? Because they're the most comfortable socks in the world. And I'm not just saying this because they promote the podcast. I'm telling you, the socks are crazy. They got all the licenses. Look, they got Halloween socks. They have Back to the Future socks. They got fucking Twizzler socks. Old Dirty Bastard socks. R.I.P. to ODB. All right, they also got their drawers if you want to wear some underwear with pizza on them. Whatever you need. But my favorite are the Odd Socks Basics, baby. These are just the plain boys. These, to me, are the most comfortable socks in the world. All right? So trust me when I say, go to oddsocksofficial.com. Thank me later when you go to checkout, buying the most comfortable socks in the world. Get some WWE socks too. I just saw a sneak peek of the new WWE line, and they're fucking insane. Insane. Go to oddsocksofficial.com. Use the promo code Bootleg Kev. That's one word together. Bootleg Kev. We should talk to them about shortening that. Bootleg Kev is the promo code. You will get 20% off at checkout. One more time, go to oddsocksofficial.com, save 20% off using that promo code Bootleg Kev. Let's get back to the interview. We were talking about Kanye earlier. What is the best Kanye West album?
College Dropout.
College Dropout. Yeah. Is that your favorite, or is that the best?
That's the best for me. Yeah.
So it's your favorite.
It's the best and my favorite. Yeah.
I kind of have like to me, the best is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Okay.
But my favorite's Late Registration.
Okay. All right. Why is there a difference between your best and...
I think we could do that and shit. Like when we think of the basketball players, like you can acknowledge that like Michael Jordan might be better than Kobe Bryant, but there's a lot of people who's like, but Kobe's my guy. To me, Late Registration was just like a moment in my life that I like vividly remember. But My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is like a perfect album.
Got you.
It don't get much better than that.
Right. That's true.
College Dropout, like I listened back and like Never Let You Down, still one of my favorite songs ever. Obviously 2 words, but like Breathe In, Breathe Out was like, yeah. There's a couple of those records that like the workout record was like, didn't age well.
It didn't age well, but that shit was fire.
Yo, when it came out, it was amazing. But I think of like, I think Late Registration aged gracefully.
It did. College Dropout had 21 songs on it.
It was deep.
You know? It was a lot. You know, it was a lot. Like College Dropout, I dropped an album called Photo that had 19 songs on it. And I think the only reason I did that was because Kanye dropped a 21 track album. Like, he was the only person I knew that had that many songs at an album at that time, you know? I think Drake had like, he puts like that many songs on an album.
Now he does, yeah. Drake's a lot. Yeah, now Kanye, I remember how big of a deal it was that he put Freeway and Mos Def on the same song. And people thought that was so wild. And like in retrospect, it's like, was it that wild?
Nah, but he was doing crazy. He had everybody on that album.
There was just a perceived like wall between like commercial rap and like raucous records, I guess, the boom bap shit. Yeah. And he like broke down the wall and was like the bridge.
Together. He put it all. Yo, he got Jay-Z, Mos Def, Consequence, GLC, like all these dudes on the same. And I think that's
Ludacris.
Ludacris was on it. Like
Twista,
he got
Jamie
ATL
Foxx
in there. Yo, everybody was on that album. So I'm like, and honestly, I gotta give it to Kanye because he gave, when I'm working on an album, I try to think like that. What's gonna make this record good? What's gonna make this record fire? Instead of like, who's the biggest artist or who's the biggest name? It's like, yo, who needs to be on this shit so this shit sounds like crazy? And even, it doesn't have to sound exactly like, you know, exactly what everybody, you know, you gotta, he's not trying to fit a sound. He's trying to create a sound. And so he gets artists over these beats that it's just like, yo, you may not spit over this particular type of beat, but like, it's gonna sound good, trust me. And that's what a producer does. So like, as far as production and learning how to produce a record and put all of the pieces together properly, I try to emulate Kanye, you know, because he can do that shit. He's not just throwing people on a record.
That's true. What's his worst album?
Worst album, 808s.
Worse than Jesus is King?
Huh? Oh, I didn't even listen to Jesus is
It's
King.
terrible.
So, damn, I wouldn't even know.
You know what, though? Shout out to Boogs. There's some amazing beats on there. Jesus is King has some incredible production, but it was terrible.
Yeah, I didn't even.
It was the most disappointing. It was kind of like Jordan's Wizards career, you know? It's like we just try to forget about it, you know? Like Jesus is King, like, yeah, I mean, he won a Grammy for Best Gospel Album.
Wow. That's crazy. For Best Gospel Album.
Yeah. Jesus is King, got the Grammy. I kind of like Kanye in his current vibe. It feels very like 2009, 2010, yay, he's out here fucking, he's running around in all black.
Yo, he's living his life, man.
He's had 3 bitches in the last 90 days. He's just trading them out. It's like, this is like demon Kanye. Like, I wish the VMAs were still a thing because I feel like Kanye would storm the VMAs right now.
Honestly, I just wish the best for Kanye.
Me
man.
too. Yeah. Me too. But I'm just like, yo, the music is, I'm just like, yo, I feel like he's finally, because, you know, I feel like Kanye really hasn't cared about music like we probably wanted him to in a while because he's been becoming a billionaire and dealing with what happens when you become a billionaire. Right. But I feel like he's like very much in his like bag right now. So it's exciting. Outside of Ye albums, what's your favorite album of all time?
Lauryn Hill, Miseducation.
Hey man, shout out to Miss Lauryn. Yeah, that's one of them ones.
Yeah, it's the best album. You know.
You ever see Lauryn live?
I did one time.
Were you disappointed?
I was disappointed, but not because she didn't sound good. She was late. I wasn't disappointed at that.
You almost expect it.
Yeah, right. I was disappointed at the fact that she didn't perform any of the songs like they were on the record.
Oh my God, I know.
That killed me.
I've seen her 3 times.
Oh man, you never heard
every single time she performs, it's like she's doing some like wild ass jam rock session version. I'm like, what the fuck is going on up there? By the way, Lauryn Hill is one of the greatest of all time.
She is.
But I hope one day she'll do like a tour. Maybe it's like the 30-year anniversary.
Maybe.
And she like just does the records or the unplugged version of the record. Because the unplugged album was so fucking incredible.
Damn. Like, but Lauryn Hill is just fire. You know, I think that's why it's so sad that she don't perform the songs like the way they are on the record, because it's like people love that album. Like people love those albums. Like the Unplugged.
A whole generation of people probably will never see her perform that shit the way. Yeah, it's crazy. What about actually I never, you know, they did the score, they did a Fugees reunion tour. I don't know how that went. I don't know if it went well because I didn't hear much about it. What's the weirdest shit you, not weirdest, but what's the most like random non-hip-hop shit you're listening to like on a regular basis?
Random? Nah, I don't really listen to a lot right now.
I just discovered Tame Impala, High on Shrooms. That shit was wild. Have you heard of Tame Impala?
Yeah, I heard of Tame Impala.
Their shit is crazy.
Yeah.
It's like made for you to listen to it if you're on psychedelics.
I wouldn't know.
Never done any psychedelics?
I've done psychedelics. I've just never really listened to anything while doing it.
I just found a playlist and it was like Shroom playlist on Spotify. I had like 8,000 followers. I was a fucking hit play on that bitch in a hot tub and just...
And you in a hot tub? That shit must have been an experience.
Hey, and shout out to Don DeMarco. Don DeMarco's got some wild ass songs for fucking tripping hard. Like, did you ever, you know who that guy is?
Don DeMarco? You mean Mac DeMarco?
Mac DeMarco, that's his name. That dude's fucking...
Yeah, he's ill. He's ill.
His videos are wild.
He's a wild dude, man.
Yeah.
He's a wild dude.
Also, Mac Miller was on that playlist a lot. Mac Miller's got great... I never even put it together. I was like, oh shit, it hits different, bro, when you're tripping. Like,
Gorillas. Listen to the Gorillas while you tripping.
The Gorillas?
Yeah, listen to Gorillas.
That's your if you're on shrooms.
Well, I've never really listened to anything while on like a psychedelic, but like I used to get high. I used to smoke weed and listen to like a lot of Gorillas. Like my favorite song is on Melancholy Hill. You play that shit will take you somewhere else, man. For real.
Shout out to the Gorillas. The Gorillas were the first NFTs.
What?
Think about it. Think about it.
I mean, yeah, they were 2D. They were 2D.
They were like NFTs, low key.
Yeah.
You know, because they got there's this Asian what's the Asian cartoon band? There's like a band that toured. They came here and they sold out like 2,000 people, but it's like a band, but they're like virtual characters, and they're fucking huge. And I'm like, well, that's just the Gorillas, but like they're like it's like a metaverse band, and they're fucking lit.
Yo, did you ever see the Gorillas Cribs episode?
I remember it. Yeah, I vaguely remember it. Yeah,
that was like an NFT because it's like it was a complete like animation of them doing a Cribs episode. You know. That was, you think about it.
I think you
all right, bro. It was like they're like the first NFTs.
Yeah, they brought. I mean, yeah,
they had a whole online.
Think about it.
World.
Nowadays, you could be super talented, but maybe you don't have the confidence to be in front of the camera, and you could just fucking create like a persona online and animate it and like put out music, and no one ever will know who the fuck you are.
What a time to be alive, bro.
It's a good time. No excuse.
Yeah.
You could be 700 pounds at home, not able to get out of a chair. And if you got a great voice, you know, fucking have someone create some sort of do you do the NFT thing?
Yeah. I have a crypto Mori. Yeah.
Is that a big deal?
Yeah.
A crypto Mori?
It's a community, you know. You're part of it's like you own an NFT. You're part of a community, and
that's what everyone says.
Yeah,
until they go to prison.
It's about some shit. What? That's crazy. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
All these fucking artists are going to like getting investigated and shit.
For what?
For fucking NFT. They call them like pool rug scams. Someone in the NBA. What's the NBA player that's about to? Who is it? De'Aaron Fox from the Kings. This is a good player. Very rich. Got a 5-year extension. This guy's paid. He's like, he might go to jail over this shit.
Over the NFT shit?
Yeah, it's kind of like some pump and dump shit, right?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, see, my team don't do that.
A bunch of people are under investigation. Hella artists.
Crazy.
Hella artists. The guys you would be like, oh yeah, I can see that. I'm trying to think who you would tell. You probably fucking, this guy knows everything.
Rapper.
Just tell the name. You're not on fucking camera, bro.
He shot somebody this past summer. You know what I'm talking about.
Shot somebody. He's from Canada.
Someone shot someone from Tory Lanez. Is he might get in trouble? Allegedly he shot someone. Again.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, that might be a similar situation where everyone rushed to be like, fuck you, Tory Lanez. And maybe it didn't happen that way. That's all I'm going to say. Because I've heard some sources close to the situation, and we'll see how it plays out. But that's kind of we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know what happened, right? Obviously,
I wasn't there.
It very well could have happened the way that.
Yeah.
But if it didn't, damn, motherfuckers really X'd him all the way out.
Yeah.
Before seeing what actually happened.
Right.
So you are you the NFT community you're a part of? Is this like a do you just buy them, like are you buying art, or are you like you're like this is my gang? I don't know how this shit works, bro.
Yeah, I bought a artwork. It's like you buy one of the artworks, and it's just like what I realized, man, is that like on Twitter, I used to look at Twitter like it was this very toxic like thing, but in this community, it's not like it's on Twitter. Like NFTs is like on Twitter heavy, but it's the only space where it's just like
everyone's nice.
Yeah, everyone's cool as fuck. You know.
When you say community, do you like put an Oculus on and see all these people?
Huh?
And like, is this like in the metaverse? Like you put an Oculus on and you like see the homies who each like help me understand.
I'm gonna be real, man.
I own Bitcoin, I own Ethereum, I'm very surface level crypto.
Right.
I bought Ripple in 2017, you know, like
right.
But this whole NFT shit, I just feel like there's so much cartoon animals going on. I don't know to buy the rhino, the ape, the blinged out monkey. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
You don't know why or why would you do any of that shit? Like why would you buy any of that?
And I feel like there's so many. Like I saw like a fucking shark line. Everyone's got a fucking cartoon animal.
All I can do is tell you why, you know,
Crypto Mori.
I would fuck with it.
So what is that? What is Crypto Mori? Is it like Maury Povich? A bunch of different versions of Maury?
Nah, it's just they're like these little dead guys, right?
So like Maury, like Maury Povich.
No.
He's kind of dead, right?
Oh.
I mean, Maury's been like, Maury's been hanging on, but like, if Maury died tomorrow, you wouldn't be surprised. You'd be like, yeah, it seems like his time.
Nah, but the real reason is just like, yo, it's like,
let me pull these things up. Hold on. Crypto. How do I spell this shit?
CRYPTO.
Okay, I know how to spell crypto. I'm not a fucking. I'm not a fucking idiot. I do own some. Crypto
MORIES.
Crypto Moris.
Yeah, Moris. Not Maury, like Maury Povich.
It would have been so much cooler if you would have said, yeah, bunch of little cartoon Maury Povich. Should we start that? Crypto Moris. Ooh, what about Crypto Steve Wilkos?
He said, it don't quite roll up.
So this is it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Wow. 10,000 skeleton dudes to remind you to live your life fully. They've been randomly generated. Okay, so you have to buy these with Ethereum, right?
Yeah.
Do you have an Oculus?
No, I don't, but I've been thinking about getting one.
I feel like you should get one because you own NFTs, and I feel like you could like build a house and like walk around and see.
I was thinking about getting some stuff in the metaverse. Actually, bro, why not?
I mean, listen, I'm gonna tell you this: the porn's wild. It's pretty crazy. The porn. Put the Oculus on. The Oculus porn is fucking lit, bro. It's pretty crazy.
I've never experienced it.
You should try it. Not even like on some creep shit. Like you should just give it a shot. Like just throw it on. But oh shit, we put it on Blueface and put a porno on, and he looked down and he was like, "Oh my god, look at my white dick." Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yo, I'm weak.
It is kind of racist though. I noticed like none of the Oculus porn has dicks of color, and like seriously, because like the whole idea is that it's you, right? That's like doing everything. So you're like looking down and the chick sucking your dick, but it's a white dick almost every time. I would venture to say I have only seen white dicks on there.
That's crazy.
But the porn industry in general, very, very racist industry. It's probably the single industry left that's like hasn't been fully like hit by cancel culture all the way.
How can you cancel it?
Exactly.
You know?
It's like, yeah, we're racist. Big Black Bitches Volume 7. Asian Hotties 79.
Yeah.
Like this is the only place that shit still flies. You could not, none of that shit is flying anymore.
Because it's built on like shit that is not, you know, normal. You know,
did you start to, the Crypto Moris thing, was that like, did they, like, were you approached to do that, or are you just passionate about the space? Because there's some people who are very passionate about crypto and NFTs.
Yeah, I was super interested, and I decided to, like, I asked my friend Drew, I was like, yo, what kind of, like, what should I be messing with, you know? And he put me onto a few different projects, and I saw Crypto Mores. I was like, oh, that's fire, you know? And so I just decided to invest in it, and that's it.
So have you made some bucks off of it? I'm just over here checking them out.
I'm not sure. Ethereum goes up and down. I think bro, I don't know much about how, you know, it goes up in price or down in price. Like I said, all I really know about is that, like, it's this really dope community of people that kind of, like, share each other's shit and, like, want to see each other win.
I feel like you're reading off of the Crypto Mores pamphlet right now.
I'm not, bro. I'm not. I'm
just like, everyone's so nice. It's a great community.
Yo, I'm dead ass, man. Like, I think, man, when you go through some, like, deep shit, you know, some dark shit,
it's nice to see something positive.
Good people around you,
That's
you know.
Fair.
And so fair. Like, yo, community is like like the biggest thing in life.
Do you have a Discord for your fans?
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna start using it more. Like when I finish with the album, I'm gonna get on, like, Discord heavy. Because
you get to like talk directly with your people.
Yeah.
Would you do an NFT album or a single or anything like that?
I don't think so. I don't think I want to, like, mix the actual music with NFTs. I would do something like artistic with NFTs. But, like, as far as, like, my music, I just like to have that, like, its own thing, you know?
What is, if you're not making music, you're not being a father, what are the television shows you binge watch? If any?
Man, I watch movies, you know?
No TV shows?
I'm not really a TV show
Didn't
guy.
watch Euphoria?
Oh, I've been watching Abbott's Elementary.
No idea what the fuck that is.
It's like this thing on, like, it's this new show on ABC. Quinta is the star of it.
You didn't watch Euphoria?
Euphoria? Nah, I did not watch Euphoria.
You're like one of the only, like, 9 people in the world that weren't watching Euphoria this week. Jesus.
I guess that's me. I wasn't watching.
It's a show about kids in high school fucking and doing fentanyl. That's really all you need.
Yeah, I saw season 1, but
I mean, so you saw season 1.
Yeah.
I mean, season 2 is fucking pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think season 1 was enough for me, bro.
It's dark.
Yeah, it's hella dark. It's hella dark, and it's just like there's no way out with that.
It gets worse because the dude's dad starts like, it's just crazy. You know, the dude's dad was like, it's fucking crazy.
I don't know what the dude's dad was doing.
You don't remember season 1?
I don't know how it could get worse than season
Euphoria.
1.
It does. Do you think season 1 of which one you think is worse, 1 or 2, as far as just the level of fucking crazy?
This was crazy.
Season 2, right? Yeah. There's a lot of dicks in season 2, though.
I think that's dangerous, bro. Like, you see how the world is. You see how kids are nowadays. Like,
tons of dicks in season 2. Every episode there's a dick.
Yo,
for sure.
What the fuck?
Shout out to Zendaya. She wrote them in there.
Yo, isn't it crazy that anybody can turn on the TV and watch that shit? Like,
that's actually not true. You need to have HBO Max.
No. Yeah.
Anyone with $9.99.
All right, but I'm saying your 10-year-old kid could go on your HBO Max and watch that shit.
100%. It's crazy.
Know? That's nuts.
My son is 16, and my kid is like a pretty mature kid. He's a good kid, gets straight A's. But I've never, like, hid no shit from him. So, like, he's also got an interesting mother in his life. So I let him watch Euphoria. Probably not the best move, but I don't know. I mean, he was going to watch it anyway.
Yeah, it's real. I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's out there. You know, you just got to kind of just be able to, like, you know, explain what the fuck is happening.
And to me, it doesn't really glorify drugs as much as it's like, yo, like, Zendaya's fucked up in that show. Rue is like, she's like, there's like 1 episode in season 2 that's fucking insane. Yeah. Did you ever watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yeah.
What's your favorite? In your opinion, what's the greatest comedy ever? Because I just got into an argument with my boy about Curb. I said Curb's just the GOAT to me.
Comedy, like,
just like sitcom comedy. There's Curb. There's The Boondocks. There's fucking Martin. There's
that's hard. Boondocks was hilarious. Martin was hilarious.
You know what's crazy is I still rewatch Boondocks episodes. Some of them are timeless, but so many of them were very, like, time specific for, like, when they dropped.
Yeah.
That they don't hit. That's like some of the Chappelle skits don't hit like they hit.
You reading my mind, bro. You reading my mind.
Yeah, like the Chappelle shit. Like when it got put on Netflix, I rewatched all of it. And I was like, damn, some of this shit, like the Mitsubishi commercial where the girl's dancing and he was like, come on, titty. Like that, you had to be around to know what that commercial was that he was like spoofing. Like
Chappelle was hilarious. Nah, Chappelle was like my favorite. Like me and my cousins used to sit around and laugh at that shit for hours.
I think the Clayton Bigsby skit is probably the best skit ever.
It took it. It was so crazy, bro.
That's just wild to think that he got that shit off. That shit would have never flown in 2022.
I don't know, but nothing that he did would float. Like would go. Like nothing.
Hey,
like,
and back then he had Joe Rogan on there. He said, I don't know if you know this, Joe Rogan, but I smoke rocks. He was walking across the coals. His feet were on fire. That shit was amazing, man.
That's crazy.
Hey, so a new album coming out in June.
Yes, sir.
You got the project Lyrics to Go's out. The latest Lyrics to Go is fucking crazy. I'm assuming you got other shit. I mean, go buy a Crypto Mori. It's not a scam. We're not going to see you on the headlines of fucking Hollywood Unlocked saying Kota The Friend under investigation for NFT rug pull. Crypto Mori's legit, boys.
It's legit. It's legit.
You should pitch to the community the Maury Povich idea.
You know what? I'll talk to them about it and see what they say.
I'm telling you.
I can't do anything, you know what I mean?
I might buy a cartoon version of Maury Povich. If there's like 58 different Mauries, there's like You're the Dad, You're Not the Dad Maury. There's like Zombie Maury. There's Maury on fentanyl. There's Maury, Happy Maury. There's Sad Maury.
With the glasses?
Maury with the glasses, Reading Maury.
So you know how NFTs work then? You know how it works.
I mean, I just looked at the Crypto Maury's website and it just kept flashing. Do you own Crypto Maury's? We have the owner here?
No, this is not. No, you crazy?
Oh, the way I said.
Bro, he owns a Crypto Maury. Like
the way he was like, yeah, it's my shit. Why do you think I know everything over here? I'm like, now I know why you're talking about it like you're reading off of a fucking pamphlet. The owner's right here. Jesus Christ. Well, look, man, go shout out to my guy, Kota The Friend. Go follow him. Go stream his music. Go support the merch. Is this, I mean, this is your shit.
Yeah, this is my shit. Flight Boys since 2008, you know? Yeah.
Supreme ever hit you with the cease and desist on that?
Nah,
not yet.
They never will.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Yeah. Fuck them.
They got the same. They use the same thing as A-Life. A-Life they use the same font.
Yo, A-Life was so fire.
Yeah.
I used to have A-Life tennis shoes.
Yeah, them shits was fire, and they actually look like tennis balls, right?
I had a bunch, but I had like 4 pairs of A-Lives. I had a red pair, a purple pair, and they used to do the illest fucking collabs with rappers. I want to say they did some Dipset shit, A-Life, Cameron shit. No, it was Cameron. I still got that fucking shirt. Shout out to A-Life. But yo, shout out to you, Kota The Friend. Appreciate you pulling up.
Thank you,
Bootleg
bro.
Kev Podcast. Boom.
Peace.
Fire.